if you are watching this video, that either means that you are possibly one of our Austin Online students, or you might have been gone the day that we did this within your science classes and are needed to watch the video that way. So expectations are a little bit different since we're not together as a full class, but please make sure your phone is away so that you can focus on what you need to do for this lesson and be successful. Additionally, find a place where you can work where there's not people around you that are maybe going to distract you or to disrupt you. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me or stop in and see me in the library at Austin High School. So first slide here, you've seen this slide before. You should be well aware of it now that we've met a couple times. But this is just reminding you that our big focus for you as a ninth grader this year at Austin High School is focusing on being a learner and what that means and what it looks like for you at Austin High School and moving forward. So today we'll really be focusing on the top three with goal setting, soft skills and life skills, which will be combining what we do, and then your study skills. So again, we'll come back to these Packer core values frequently, but you will notice that this month we're really focusing on those top ones. So first thing we're going to do today is you're going to open up your Schoology, and there is a link in there for the form that you see in front of you on the slide. You're going to be filling that out as we go through our lesson today and really connecting it with what we did in September. So in September, we met with all ninth graders and filled out the graduation tracker that allowed you to look at what you need to accomplish in your time here at Austin High School in order to graduate in 4 years on time with your class and be able to move into the real world and do what you choose to do outside of that time at Austin High School. So on this form, you will see that you are going to start with your student name and your Connect teacher for number 1 and number 2. So for myself, I might put, my name, Emily Hovland, there, and then my Connect teacher's last name. So it might be like Harris or Hamburg or Winter. So just put their last name. You don't need any more than that. Additionally, make sure you have your full name because some students do have like a nickname that they go by. If I don't have your full name, it will not show up and reflect in the grade book. So make sure you have your actual name for number 1, and then number 2, your Connect teacher. So number 3 is where we're going to start getting a little bit more into the work of it. This is where you're going to be able to look at that graduation tracker or planner and see what classes you have this quarter, this semester, and what you might be struggling in a little bit right now. If you aren't struggling at all, that is awesome. Keep up the great work. If you are, there is still time to fix this. We are just coming kind of up on the end of the quarter here, and we have time to try and fix some of the things that might be a little problematic right now. You can pull up your Infinite Campus, your student portal, and you'll be able to see there how you're doing in all your classes. I hope that this is not the only time you're checking your grades with me once a month, but if it is, at least you're checking them. So something that you want to get in the habit of. For number 3, it says if you have a D- or below in any class currently, I want you to list that class below. So if I have, let's say I have a D in Spanish and an F in math, I'm going to write down Spanish and math. Let's say I am rocking it and I'm passing all my classes. All you have to write is passing. Don't worry about if you're putting down like, oh, I've got like 3 that I have to list. We would rather have you list them and try and get some supports in place so that you can fix that and get back on track now rather than later, like we've talked about. So if you are not passing a class, if you have one that you're failing right now, you're additionally going to email me and the teacher to say, okay, I'm failing this class right now. Ask what you need to do in order to get yourself to passing. Some of you might already know that, but we want your teacher to be aware that you are aware and you are looking at this. And then also, this allows me as your profile coach to look at this and kind of see what areas I might be able to help you with as well. So we want you to get that to passing. And then number 4 says, what do you need help with at this point in the year? It could be activities, it could be social, it could be academic. So it might be like, I just need help getting my grades to passing. I'm not sure what's going on. Or you might say something like, I really want to get my permit and I don't know how to do that. Where do I go? Or I would like to join the basketball team and I'm not sure how to sign up, or the speech team, or whatever it might be. So anything that you're interested in being a part of, go ahead and ask questions about that there. And if you really don't have any questions right now, you can say, I don't have any questions at this point. And that'll take you through number 4. Okay, and on the next slide here, we're going to look at number 5 and 6. So this is where we're going to be looking at goals that you have. And I know sometimes people see SMART goals and they're like, oh, I hate SMART goals. This is really just a way for you to make sure you are hitting the goals that you set for yourself and that they're reasonable and realistic. So you're going to create 2 goals today that you're going to really want to be accomplishing over this next quarter or so, leading into the end of the semester. So believe it or not, we're already partway through the semester, which is kind of crazy that you're already at this point in the year, but we're working towards getting to that point where you're going to have that first semester check. So you're going to have one academic goal, and then the second goal can either be personal or academic. You pick. Both are going to be completed on that form that you already started. I gave you 2 examples. So number 1, I said, I will have less than 5 missing assignments in language arts by the end of the first quarter. I would change that now and say the end of the semester. So we're doing this closer to the quarter point. So look at it semester wise. My second goal, I said, is I will review for my math 3 nights a week in order to improve my quiz scores by the end of first quarter. And again, I would change that to first semester. So it is specific. It tells me like, I'm going to do it 3 times a week, or I'm going to have less than 5. I can measure that. I can see, do I have less missing assignments, or do my quiz scores go up? Maybe it's not attainable for me to have 0 missing assignments, but I'm going to try really hard not to have many. So it's attainable. Realistic? Yes, you can do these goals, both of them. And then timely, like time bound? Absolutely. So you're going to take those goals and you're going to set 2, and you're going to put it on numbers 5 and 6 right here down at the bottom of your form before you submit. Now, if you need to pause this video at this point to do your SMART goals, go ahead and pause it, and then you can restart the video as soon as you're ready. The next piece that we're looking at is our study skills. So this is that third piece on that 9th grade learner form. Study skills are going to be critical for you to understand and find the ones that work best for you so that you can manage your time and your studying and your grades all throughout high school and beyond. So time management is a big one. For me, this one's huge. If I use my planner and actually map out what I need, I am much more efficient with my time and I'm not always scrambling. So look at what you need to do and accomplish and write it out. I love that too, because then I can check it off my list. So if I know I have a project due in 2 weeks, I can map out like, okay, I'm going to work on it on Tuesday and Thursday this week and Wednesday the next week, and I'll have it done instead of trying to do all of it last minute. Same thing with tests. A lot of times your teachers will tell you when tests are coming up, and they might even have them posted in Student Portal. Map out that time. Maybe you have practice from 7 to 9. Put that in your time management piece. The second one is good study habits. Review your notes daily instead of the night before the test. If you review it daily, you are going to retain more of the information and you won't have to study and cram the night before. You can just review it. Come prepared to class, ready to learn, have the items you need. Those are going to create those good study habits. Set attainable goals. So set goals that will push you, but ones that you can actually reach, which is what we talked about on the last slide. Concentration, I think this is a huge one for not only teenagers, but all people. Find a place that you can work. I know at my house, I have a couple kids. It is hard to find a quiet space to work. And if they go to their room to study, they're going to be distracted by the things that they have. So my kids oftentimes have to find a quiet place. They tell us that they're studying. Everybody kind of leaves them alone. Eliminate your distractions. If you are sitting with your phone while you're studying, you're probably not studying. You're probably playing a game on your phone or checking your latest Be Real or whatever it might be. Put your phone in a different room so you don't even hear the notifications, because then you are much more likely to stay focused and do what you need to do. Ask questions. If you are studying and trying to figure something out and you don't know, ask someone that's around you or write it down to ask the teacher the next day. And that can apply to class too. Concentration is big in the classroom too. Just keep your phone in your backpack. It will be okay if you don't check your phone for a little while. And sometimes you can reward yourself. Let's say you're studying at home and you've studied for like a half hour. Give yourself a break and go check your phone, because then that'll help you. Next thing is Good note taking. So if you are taking good notes, write down the large concepts that are on the board, the bold things that stand out, the big, like bold words in the textbook. Write down questions as you come to them. Come back to that with a teacher, with a peer. Compare your notes with a peer and study together. Review nightly. All of that is going to help you as well. Complete your assignment. So if you complete your work, I know a lot of students say, but the 10%, it's just 10%. It makes a difference because it all adds up and it helps you to learn the information for the long term, which will help you improve on your 90%. You can also use your homework to review for the test that you have to take. Okay. Number 7 is your organizational skills. Have a place for everything you need. Make sure you know where stuff is. If your bag is just full of items and you can't find anything, it's not going to be helpful to you to study. So using folders, binders, notebooks, whatever works for you, but make sure the organization is there. Number 8 is your motivation. Find what motivates you and set a goal. So you might be motivated because you want to play on a sports team. If that's what's going to motivate you to keep your grades up, do it. If your parents, have certain expectations, that might be what motivates you. Maybe it's that you want to get your driver's license and you want to have that lower insurance rate. That might be what motivates you. So find what that is and go after it. We all find things that motivate us, and it's what drives us to be successful in whatever we are doing. You see below, I have other study tips. Quizizz.com is a game that I will swear by as a teacher. I started using this quite a few years ago, and my students' quiz scores improved drastically. My own children now use it at home too to create quizzes for themselves to practice, especially if they have to have memorization of notes or terms, concepts. They plug those into the Quizizz games. You can create a free student account and you play it like a game, but it allows you to really retain the information. I've seen students who will use those and they will set it up with friends and they'll compete with each other or they'll share their quizzes, and it helps them to be really successful. So over the next month, you're going to pick 2 of those 8 different study skills and you are going to work on them. You're going to put them into Schoology on the assignment in there, and you're going to pick 2 to focus on over the next month that we will be following up on. The last piece here is looking at our career pathways. So we're going to be digging into these more in the next month. There are 5 pathways that you can see there on the screen. You will be selecting a pathway that you will be working on as you work through your registration for next year. As you explore and go through different careers and options for your future, your pathway might change. So it's not like you're committing to being in business and you're never going to change that. However, it might show you something you're really interested in. You might stick with that pathway, or you might find something new and it might change. But more of this will be coming from Ms. Carlson next month when she comes and meets with us as well. So if you have any questions about what I went through today, you can feel free to reach out to me, Mrs. Hovland. My office is in the IMC, and you see my email there as well. Or you can contact Ms. Carlson if you have questions about the pathways. She is in the Career Center at the high school, and we are both happy to help you with anything you might need. We want you to be successful here in this first year at Austin High School, so please take the time to let us know if you have questions and reach out so that we can help you to be successful. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and remember to complete that form and assignment in Schoology by the end of the week here, by Friday, November 3rd. Have a great day.